Howdy, folks. So today, here in Virginia, we're right in the middle, smack dab. Well, we're almost at the end of our hunting season, and I've had a bit of a health scare this year, and so I'm not hunting today. So it was a slow Saturday. So I thought I'd give you a good old boy redneck's perspective on gun oils. I'm not going to go into gun cleaning and cleaning your gun and all that. Everybody has their own way of doing it, and whatever works for you works for you. But I'm no expert. I'm not an expert on gun oils. I'm not an expert on firearms. But what I can tell you is that I'm 53 years old. I've been my old man is a Marine, once Marine, always Marine, Vietnam vet, and you cleaned your guns religiously if you were a son of a Marine or a Marine. And grew up, I've used a lot of things. And I got to be honest with you. I'm going to pull from my reloading bench here, back here behind me. This all started the other night. I was looking at what I have all stacked up back there behind me on my desk, my reloading bench, of all the gun oils that I have and gun cleaning products that I have. And I really got to be honest with you. I've got guns and gun safes, rifles, shotguns, pistols, whatever in my gun safes. And I got to be honest with you. I can't say that I've come across a bad gun lubricant. My late and dear uncle, and this is going to probably upset a lot of people. My late favorite uncle, Browning shotguns, Auto 5s in specific. His favorite thing, and if anybody knows about Brownings and the Auto 5s, and I ain't talking about the new A5s, I'm talking about the old Auto 5 Browning shotguns with the brass rings and the steel rings and the system of the recoil. My uncle, his favorite thing was, and hold on to your hats here, spray the magazine tube and where those brass rings and those steel rings work in the spring and all that works for the barrel break on the Brownings. WD-40, that was his favorite thing. I had an instance one time in the woods. I have one. I have a Browning Auto 5 12 gauge Magnum 12. Mine jammed up on me one day. I was shooting a little small buck during a deer drive here in Virginia many years ago, and it jammed up on me, and I didn't get a second shot, and I didn't get to kill this deer. And that was my uncle's answer to the problem. Spray the WD-40, put just a light coat of WD-40 on that magazine tube and those brass rings and those steel rings and the system. And I got to be honest with you, it's the only thing I use WD-40 on, but I've never had an issue with it. I've never yet had my gun had that Browning jam up on me and not function right. I know it's upset a lot of people. WD-40 is the worst thing you can put on a gun. That particular application, it works perfect. Yeah, I know, but it works. So do what you want to do. But here I'm gonna pull some oils and some lubricants and such off my shelf here, and we'll get to talking about some of them. Some of them most people will like. Some of them most people will hate. Everybody has their personal preferences on gun oils, what works, what don't work, what's good, what's bad, what's not so good, what's crap, what's not crap. I can honestly tell you, in my experience, again, can't say I've ran across a bad one. They all do something certain way, and they work. We'll start out with the old CLP. I don't know if y'all can see this bottle. Hold on. I've got a spare bottle. Hold on, give me a second. Let me dig through my gun cleaning box here. Uh-oh. am missing what I'm looking for here. Hold on, fellas. I'm sorry. I don't have my act together today. I am missing my... Uh-oh, I don't know where it went to. I have somewhere in this house a bottle of the original. This is just a small, the newer bottle of the Break Free, Break Free CLP. I have a big bottle somewhere around here that has the original. My dad had like a, my dad's got like a 5-gallon jug of that stuff, the original Break Free. My dad, former Marine, Break Free is his go-to. He doesn't use anything but Break Free, and that's all I used for years. And then I started doing other things, and when I was a kid, that's all Dad used. When I moved out the house and I got on my own, my thing was rim oil. The old rim oil. This is a fairly new can, maybe 2 years old. This is not the old rim oil of the late 80s, early 90s. This is a little bit different. It smells different. Something's different about it. But I still use rim oil for certain things. Rim oil's not bad. Break Free is not bad. Break Free is a good oil, good lubricant. And like I said, my dad has, I don't know where he got it. He knew somebody in the military or something when the military was using Break Free. And I have an old original bottle from the late 80s, early 90s that when I get run out of it, I take it to my dad. He fills it back up for me. And I don't know where that bottle went to. I feel like I just used it on something not too long ago. But anyway, Hoppe's. Your old Hoppe's number 9 bore cleaning, Hoppe's gun bore cleaner. Still works. Still works. And everybody loves the smell of Hoppe's number 9. Don't you? Don't everybody? Hoppe's even has, you can buy a Hoppe's number 9 air freshener. So your truck, your reloading bench, your man cave can smell like Hoppe's number 9. I personally like the smell. Grew up with it. Used Hoppe numbers 9 to clean your bore. You used your Break Free to lube up everything. I'm going to pull some of this stuff off to the side here. So, growing up, we've gone through several things. Ballistol. I've used Ballistol. Ballistol works great. I can't say that I've ever had a problem with Ballistol. Maybe I'm a gun cleaning junkie. Maybe you call me a junkie when it comes to chemicals and such. I don't know. But Ballistol. I've used Ballistol. Have a tube of it here, Ballistol. I got it marked in the thing on the bottle here, written Ballistol. I don't know if y'all can see that in a bottle. Ballistol works great. I can't say that I've ever had a problem with Ballistol. I saw a YouTube video the other day, going back to the old rim oil. Guy said, well, you might as well be pouring salt on rim oil, salt on your gun. Salt. Why would you pour... where do you get pouring salt is equivalent to using rim oil? I don't get it. I have an old Winchester, an old Smith & Wesson Model 59 pistol, 9mm pistol. Dad gave me that thing when I turned 18. That was years ago. That was 88 when I turned 18. And rim oil's only, after I left home and was out on my own, rim oil was what I kind of gravitated to when I got away from Break Free. So I still have said Smith & Wesson Model 59 9mm, and it was cleaned for many, many, many years with rim oil, and never had a problem with it. It don't cause it to rust. It's never rusted. It's never had an issue with it. Worked fine. So, time goes on, you get a little older, and of course you watch a couple of YouTube videos, you pay attention to things on the internet, and Again, here's where my, I guess me being a gun cleaning junkie or an oil junkie has come into thing. But I have gone to the Ballistol, the Hoppe's number 9, good bore cleaner. Can't say that I've had any problem with it. Break free. And certain parts of your gun need a little more than oil. They'll need a grease. Tetra gun grease. Used this stuff for years. Tetra gun grease. I'm no lubricant expert or an aficionado. But I believe the Tetra gun grease is no more than white lithium grease. I've seen videos on, I've seen videos on white lithium grease. If you want to use white lithium grease, I've seen a lot of videos, YouTube things where guys use white lithium grease on ARs. Lucas white lithium grease. You can buy this at, if you want to do a white lithium grease thing. And I have a thing of it, and I tried it. Other than the ugliness of a white grease on your gun, I can't say that it does not work. It works. I can't say it don't work. Run it on an AR. I said, God, please, Lord, don't put that kind of grease on your gun. You know what? A week or so later, I'm trying it on an AR. I had no issues with it. Worked great. Lucas gun oil. Lucas white lithium grease. You can buy this at Home Depot a whole lot cheaper than you can buy any kind of gun oil at a gun shop. Or the Tetra gun grease in this itty bitty teeny tiny little weight is 10 grams as opposed to what I paid for this. I think I got it at Midway or maybe Brownells. I bought this at Home Depot. This is a net weight of 8 ounces. I don't know if you see that. Not two, what does that say? 226.8 grams. Is that what that says? Anyway, yeah. Once you pay for this, you buy this big tube at, another thing that I have found. I don't know why it says Lou's on it. I don't know who Lou is, but this is Lucas. This is a spinning reel grease. This is not white lithium grease. This is a, let's see if we get a little bit of this on my finger here for y'all to see. This is a brownish colored grease. This is not a white lithium grease. I bought some of this because I do a lot of surf fishing in the Outer Banks. I do a lot of surf fishing in the Outer Banks, and I have several, surf rods and reels, and I bought that to use on my reels, and then I started using it on some of my guns, on certain spots on the gun, bolt slides, your ARs, various different applications. Where you would put grease instead of oil, I started using this. Go back and forth with it. Sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't. It works. It works. It's a grease. It stays where it's put, where you put it in it, and it's a good grease. So, one of my local gun shops has this stuff. This is an all-in-one CLP, the Otis 085. Not really sure what 085 means. Again, I'm not an expert on this. However, I don't have the bottle with me. It's actually up in our cabin up in the mountains. There's a bottle, same shape, same size, the 4 fluid ounce bottle. It's OD green. It's got a bunch of writing on it. It's some kind of military, old school. It's got military spec stuff, numbers on it. And I used it up there one day to clean a pistol I had up there at the cabin. I was having some issues, and I used that stuff to oil that pistol. Well, anyway, this stuff, now I don't know chemical compounds, and I don't know MSD materials, data safety, whatever the MSSD sheets things. It just got all that stuff on it. I don't know. Smells an awful lot like this. This has got a god-awful smell to it. This, you know, some gun oils smell good and some gun oils stink. This stuff right here smells bleh. I use this stuff on a couple guns, a couple of my pistols, a couple of my rifles. It's can't say that it don't work. It seems to work fine. Fast forward a little bit. I don't know if any of y'all follow or how much of y'all guys listen, watch YouTube. Randy Selby, the real gunsmith. Randy is an old school guy. Don't agree with 100% of what he says and does. But the guy has experience. The guy has years of experience, real world experience, doing gunsmithing, building rifles, ballistics, bullets. The guy is a wealth of information. A lot of young guys write him off. Oh, he's just an old boomer that doesn't know what the hell he's talking about, and new school's the way to go. No, listen to the guy. The guy has real world experience. He is a no bullshit guy. He's not some dude that's been doing this for 10 years, and his opinion, because he's got 1 million followers, but his opinion matters. No, the dude knows what he's talking about. Do I agree with him 100% of the time? No, but probably 97, 98% of the time I agree with the guy. So watching one of his videos, Bortec, he has a video on cleaning copper out of a barrel with the Bortec CU2 Plus copper cleaner. So I started getting into this Bortec thing. I went down the Bortec rabbit hole. I did my rifles, cleaning my rifles like he did. Can't say there's an issue there. Works. Man knows what he's talking about. So I jumped down the Bortec rabbit hole. Tried some of this Bortec rimfire blend. This is specifically designed, and those of you who shoot a lot of rimfire know that a lot of rimfire bullets have got a wax coating on the bullets. That's the way they're done. This stuff works. It's a little pricey, but this stuff works. Getting that wax out of the barrel and getting a deep clean barrel, getting a deep clean on your barrel on a rimfire. This was worth spending the money to get it. It worked. Went back to the let's go back to the copper. Copper. I've done a lot of copper stuff. The Bortec CU2 copper remover is all I use now. I don't use the sweets. I don't use the Bore Blaster or whatever. I did try the Hoppe's number 9 bore, the copper remover on the Hoppe's number 9. It works. I found that the Bortec stuff works better and easier to deal with. So that's what I went with. Going back down the Bortec rabbit hole, I went to the Extreme CLP. This Extreme CLP, again, and not knowing what the material data safety sheets, the MDSS, whatever the heck that's called, and all the chemicals inside of this smells exactly like this, which smells just like the military bottle of oil that I have, CLP, that I have up in the mountains that's up there. Wish I had brought that can back, but I leave it up there. But I don't know if they're the same, but they sure as heck smell just alike. So maybe there's some chemical compositions in there a little different. But I've used this. Instead of using my Break Free, I've kind of gone to using this here lately, and this stuff works pretty good. Now, going to your hunting rifles. I found this out years ago, several years ago, and a lot of people don't know this. Let's go back to Lucas. Lucas makes this Lucas gun oil that has the deer on it. Now, the reason I got this, it's a red color. This stuff has no smell to it. Nothing. And I got turned on to this several years ago by a guy that said, he uses this on all his hunting rifles. Well, I do too. My deer hunting rifles, started using this probably about 3 or 4 years ago. I put this, clean everything off, get everything clean and dry, and then I will lube my hunting rifle, my BAR. Got a Browning BAR 270, and my Bergara 270, Bergara B14 Hunter. Everything is cleaned off, and this stuff gets applied to it during hunting season, because you never know when I might use either one of those. I'll actually put it on I have an AR 350 Legend that I wanted to use this year, and I carried with me this year up in the mountains. I didn't get to use it, but it got this oil on it, because this stuff is, if you're really, I'm not one of them people that are real anal about the smell, but you know what? We give it a try. We see what I've been using it for about, I don't know, 3, 4, maybe 5 years now. I've been using this for that. Does it make a difference? It may. Deer smelling you up a holler or downwind from you might smell the gun oil. Does it bother deer? I don't know. But you know what? We gave it a try. And this is good oil. I've not had an issue with this stuff. It doesn't gum up. It doesn't freeze up. Here in Virginia, we don't really got that cold of conditions. So take that for what it's worth. And you guys, anybody watching this video might be from, one of the Midwest states where you really might have an issue with gun oil freezing in your gun as you sit in your stand. I can't really speak to that because it's not supposed to, but here in Virginia, it don't get that cold, so I can't say that it don't. Then going back again with some more Lucas stuff. This is the Lucas, the Extreme Duty, supposedly bit for the ARs, fast cycling automatic, fully automatic, or semi-automatic rifles that you can pull the trigger a whole lot. This stuff is supposed to work. I've used it. I can't say that it doesn't work. I've used it and it does work. So I think that's about all I got up here that I use. Slip 2000, I use that Slip Extreme Weapons Lube. I've used that on my ARs. Used that for several years. Son needed some stuff, so I gave him the bottle of Slip 2000. I can't say that I've had an issue with that. That stuff seems to work. Most of us real world guys, we're not shooting 1,000 rounds in a weekend, and this is all coming from a real world perspective here. A guy that shoots on the occasion, works up loads for his gun, hunts. All these lubes and oils seem to work. I can't say that I've had a bad one. I can't say that I've put this on my gun, thrown it in the gun case, and pulled it out 6 months later and there was rust all over my gun. I can't say that. It's not true. I've not had a problem with using any of these oils. So it's a rabbit hole that you can go down. You go to the gun store and you see this and you see that, and man, you want to jump on it, and you want to buy this and you want to buy that and the latest and greatest thing. And you know what? You go do what your mind and your heart tells you to do. There's nothing here. I can't say I've had an issue. Like again, I've not had an issue with any of these oils. None of these oils. I am doing the CU2, the CU +2 copper remover. If you go to the Real Gunsmith, watch Randy Selby. This is what I'm using for a copper thing. I'm not doing exactly as he says do, as far as this being his only thing. That's what I run down. That's what I've been running down my bores here in the last year or so, or however long that video has been out. That's what I've been running down my bores. I will say this, I've had a gun or two that needs a deeper cleaning than what that can do. And give me a minute. Hold on. This is one thing I can tell you, that if you think your bore is clean, run some of this down you. Yes, Kroll penetrating oil. Run you some of this down your bore, and I guarantee you'll pull a little more out of it than what these regular gun oils will pull out of it. I watched Tom River. Is who did this? Tom River did the Kroll, and then the old JB bore paste on a rifle that he had. That he was having some accuracy issues with, and he did a deep cleaning with this stuff, and that is I thought my BAR, my 270, was having the same issue, so I bought this stuff, watched his video, and I bought this stuff and did a deep bore cleaning on my BAR, and it turned out it was me, it wasn't a gun, or actually the way I was bench rest shooting the thing from a anyway, that's neither here nor there. But that stuff right there will clean a bore. It will take a bore Kroll and that JB bore paste, whatever you want to call it. That will do a severe deep cleaning, bring that thing back to like brand spanking new, nothing in it, spick and span clean kind of condition. This and this will do it. This, you can actually, believe it or not, this Kroll penetrating oil and this JB bore paste, you can buy this from Brownells as a kit together, cheaper than you can go to a hardware store and buy just the Kroll. That's not often the case. But there we go. My slide this back a little bit. That's my take on your gun oils, gun lubricants. My favorite for shotguns and black powder rifle. Hold on. I've got one more thing that I do like to use, man, and I use all this stuff, man. I don't just stick with one thing, man. I bounce back and forth. This is what is known as Ed's Red. Look this stuff up on the internet. Ed's Red. It's you make it yourself. Ed was a colonel, major, something. Look him up, man. Ed, it was Colonel Ed something or another. He was in Korean War, maybe. I might be wrong on this. He come up with this bore cleaner, I guess to work with the howitzers and big bore stuff. And anyway, this stuff right here is, I'm trying to think, it's equal parts of Dextron ATF fluid, mineral oil, 1K or K1 kerosene, and something else. I can't remember. And you can also add lanolin to it. It's like 5 things, and you can add lanolin to it. This doesn't have lanolin in it, although I do have lanolin because I do make my own brass case lube, and I make it lanolin and alcohol, but I don't put lanolin in this. This stuff right here will eat plastic. You got to be careful when you use it on your shotguns and muzzle loaders, but I use it on my shotguns and my muzzle loaders to cut down the plastic wadding build, your wads that out of most muzzle loaders are going to shoot a sabot. So it's plastic sabot, and you get plastic residue built up in the barrel. And then your, shotgun shells, you have your wad, and you'll get plastic built up in your barrel from your wads. So this stuff right here, it's good for carbon and black and powder fouling and everything else. But this stuff right here is really good at cleaning. This stuff right here is probably just as good as the Kroll if you want to do a deep clean on your barrel. But look up Ed's Red. This is Ed's Red is good stuff. You can make it yourself. I make it to where I put it in these little pint jars. And this thing has lasted me for about, I don't know. That jar right there is probably lasting me 2-3 years right now to where I'm at on it. I mean, I'm hardly used any of this, but this is what I use on my black powder rifle to clean the plastic from the sabots or sabots, whatever you want to call them, from your shooting your saboted or saboed bullets out of your black powder rifle. Takes that plastic residue right out. And again, if you've got a shotgun and you do a lot of shooting, and we do here in Virginia, most of us down here east of the Blue Ridge, we're shotgun club, shotgun only, buckshot. That's what we're shooting with during deer season, regular gun season. It's really good to run through your barrel and get all your choke tube, cleans your choke tube out really good. You don't have to do a whole lot of elbow grease, this stuff right here. It's not the mineral, acetone. It's got acetone in it. It's the acetone in it that eats the plastic up and cleans the barrel up, shotgun barrel and a muzzle loader barrel. Really good with the acetone. That's one of the ingredients. So you do have to be careful with your plastic stocks and everything like that. That if you have, you don't want to get this stuff on that, you'll eat your stocks up. So be careful with that. But again, it's another, and this is homemade stuff. I think you can buy this. I don't hold me to that. I don't know that I think I saw some place that sells this stuff, but again, this stuff it's not, the thing with gun oils, that stuff is right, boy, let me tell you. Clean your nose out just like you clean your barrel out. Anyway, the smells. A lot of people, cleaning your gun oil should smell to me. I mean, it's my personal opinion. Your Kroll's got a pretty strong smell. Your Ballistol's got a funky smell to it. This Otis 085 and the Vortec Extreme CLP, this has got kind of a funky smell to it. All your oils, your Break Free's got a little bit of a smell to it. Your Hoppy's No. 9, all us old guys like Hoppy's No. 9, and we love the smell of it. And that's why they make air fresheners. Got one open hanging on my shelf here. But anyway, that's what we got. That's where we are with bore cleaning and oils and all that jazz and all that stuff. Can't say any of this stuff does not work because I've never had a problem with any of it. So anyway, just a quick video. You do what you want to do. You fuss at me if you want to. Don't forget Browning Auto 5. Spray your magazine tube down with WD-40. Yeah, get some comments on that, I bet. But anyway, y'all have a good season. I hope everybody's killed a big one or going to kill a big one. Just about over here in Virginia, and we'll get to cleaning and all things. But y'all have a good one.